Good morning, second graders. It is time for our Monday read aloud. And today I'm going to read a short story called Music in the Snow. And our focus this week, as you're listening, I want you to be aware of that when good readers read, they don't always read at the same speed. When we're reading for enjoyment or for fun, we might read a little bit more quickly. And when we're reading for information, we might be reading a little bit more slowly. The speed of reading is called rate. So I just want you to pay attention to rate today. Also, as you're listening, I'm going to ask you what the setting of the story is. So try to listen and figure out where the story is taking place. Okay, so today, music in the snow. At first, everyone said how pretty the snow was. They were surprised to see it falling so early in the year. It was only late October. Then the snow started coming down thicker and faster and sticking to the ground. Everything outside slowly turned white. By 3 o'clock, the roads were covered. Only a few brave parents managed to get their cars through and pick up their children. A school bus got stuck as it tried to leave the school's driveway. The students bundled off the bus. They trumped back into the building, carrying their backpacks and lunch boxes. Albert carried his violin case. So I want us to stop here for a moment and just think, what is the setting of this story? So if I think back to what I've read, I know that it is after 3 o'clock on a school day in October, okay? At first, it was like a party. Everyone stuck at school was in the lunchroom. No one knew how long they would be there, not even the teachers. Then, around 5 o'clock, the electricity went out. Suddenly, it wasn't a party anymore. The children were tired, hungry, and bored. Some were a bit scared. Albert sat quietly, but he looked uncomfortable. He was new to the school, and he had not yet made new friends. Which words give us some idea about how Albert is feeling? So I think about sat quietly and uncomfortable. Okay, those tell me that, that he's not quite feeling too good right now. That's when the principal, Mr. Daka, had the idea to have a concert. The music, he said, would help everyone relax. It would help pass time. The teachers helped get the drums and recorders out of the closet and set up a stage area. All right, so why did Mr. Daka decide to have a concert in the middle of all of what was going on? Yes, he thought it would help everyone relax. Mrs. Fisher's class had learned a drum pattern earlier that day. Her students came to the front and took their places. When they started to play, everyone stopped talking. They beat the drums forcefully. The volume was so loud, everyone could feel the vibration of each beat through the floor. After that, groups of students came up to play a tune on recorders, do dances that they had learned together, or sing songs that everyone knew and could join in on. Some kids got creative and made up raps about the snow and getting stuck at school. There were lots of laughing, clapping, and shouting. It was getting a bit wild. The teachers tried to get everyone to settle down. At first, no one noticed that Albert had taken out his violin, but the room got quiet as he carried it carefully up to the front. After a quick nod, Albert closed his eyes and began to concentrate. Second graders, what did Albert do while the teachers tried to get the children to settle down. He got out his violin and carried it up front. Then he started a slow, sweet song filled with expression. His violin seemed to be singing about loneliness. The students could feel that loneliness inside them. It made them sad and quiet. Then Albert's song changed directions. It got lighter and happier. Albert opened his eyes and smiled. The notes got faster and faster until they seemed to skip. There was a big chord. Albert lifted his bow up into the air, and the performance was over. Everyone in the room started to clap and shout. Albert looked relieved, but also proud and happy. At that moment, the lights came back on. The clapping and shouting got even louder. Albert smiled and took a bow.